It's the way he sees things. It's the details, and even nature. There's so many times where I hear him say, boy, my dad just wouldn't believe this. There's a certain insanity to the genius.
You getting tired, girl? We've got 500 acres here. It's almost a mile square. These are prairie grasses and wildflowers. We got a lot of it planted, and this fall they'll come in and do a controlled burn and burn all this off then. Back in the 50s, my uncle was a scrap dealer. You know what they are? You go around, pick up iron and sell it. I worked for him all summer long, and he'd give me 10% of what he made. We had a beat-up truck when he wore ragged coveralls, and he never walked any place without $5,000 cash in his pocket, which was a fortune back then. And he always called me Son Vaughn. He said, "We're gonna have a good day today, Son Vaughn." He said, "We're gonna sell this for about 80 bucks, you know." There's lots of stuff that people threw away and my uncle would buy, and we'd salvage and keep, you know, because it's something good. One guy's junk is another man's treasure, you know. You know what cigar box guitars are? I got friends that make them. Well, this one's made out of a hubcap, and it's got nuts and bolts, and a friend of mine made that for me for the car garage. I get different things like that. Old antique blowtorch with the flickering light. A friend of mine made that and gave it to me. I've been to a lot of car collectors. When they get older or they die, their collection's sold off. So I set up a foundation so that it'd be here forever for people to enjoy.
First time he asked me to marry him was 30 years ago. Vaughn, he had come to our house. He was sitting at the table in the kitchen, and I briefly stopped just to be polite.
I offered her mother $1 million if she'd marry me 20-some years ago. That wasn't good.
He's like, "I'll give you $1 million if you let me marry your daughter." Me being myself, I quickly shot my head towards him and I said, "I'm not for sale." And I left. And that was kind of my personal first memory of Vaughn. And so he was just my dad's crazy friend. We actually got married August 28th of 19.
Horses are smart, you know. They can open any latch that you have. So I was in Kentucky, and they make them like this, so the more the horses play with them, they'll play with the door, it jiggles tighter and tighter. "Yeah, I'm not letting you out." She thinks I got candy. Sundays I come out and give them candy for communion. I took over the company in '75. The average business in the United States only makes it about 25 years, so very few make it from one generation to the next, and I'm third generation.
He gave everyone the utmost respect and faith in his workers, and made you want to work harder for him because he treated you well and paid you well.
He can get fussy. Yeah, he'll point out any imperfection and you tear it all up and start over again.
I've been on jobs where the owner has accepted the work and I made him redo it because it wasn't good enough for me. It wasn't perfect.
He doesn't stop working in the middle of the night. When a thought comes to him, he will get on the iPad if it's 3 in the morning. He's always got ideas and thinking, and he is consistently trying to figure out how they can do things better, more efficiently, smarter.
We're just pretty anal about a lot of stuff. All of our equipment's got to be nice, you know, office, everything. And it's all about, in my mind, doing good work and taking care of people. Like we set up so the companies will all keep going when I'm gone.
He's got good equipment, he's got good machines, he's got nice pickups, and he likes to maintain it that way, and he's not afraid to invest in something if he thinks it's, in the long run, it's going to be a plus for the company.
There were struggles. Not everything's roses. I mean, the times where he was trying to make payroll and he himself was driving to different customers in order to collect money and saying he had tears in his eyes because he wanted to make sure and take care of his employees.
Jesus said, you know, you gotta take care of people. And that's what it's about. Kind of earn your way to heaven, getting the gold stars to get there. Did you find Gracie?
Yeah,
oh.
She was at the house.
So, the men's athletic club in Minneapolis, I wrecked the bowling alley in there. We saved the alleys and we made the countertops of them. And this is her daughter Bree. She's a rodeo champion. 2 years ago, she won 60,000 scholarships. So she put herself through school on her own. And none of my boys are interested in it. I wasn't going to push them into it, you know. So they all have their own businesses, and they're doing good. They just want to do their own thing. Kind of got it made because it's almost like the art form, watching guys create things. I just wanted to build relationships with the guys and clients. In my mind, no one has ever worked for me. They work with me. That's what it's been.
There was a time where his dad was talking about the company when his dad was running it, and he's like, oh, well, I just want to be able to make $1,000 a month, and then I'll be great. And Vaughn's like, yeah, well, I'm going to make $1,000 a week. And his dad's like, oh, son, you'll never do that, you know? And Vaughn was joking when he was telling me that, and he's like, and look what's happened now. There's so many times where I hear him say, boy, my dad just wouldn't believe this. And I think that there was always the young boy who really wanted to impress his father when it came to business. I think that's part of what drove him from the beginning, and the ability to say, I can do it better, because that's the competitive part, right? I can do it better, and I'm gonna blow your mind. Like, watch me go.